DevOps fundamentally means that you are enabling, there's no separate, in take 5-7 years ago, in startups or companies where we used to work, there was a separate, or even today there are lots of places where you have a development team and there's an operations team, and the development team, the work finishes as soon as they write their code, they do their unit testing, and they push to, uh, Git, and then they've handed off the code to the operations team, and now it's the operations team's responsibility to take that code and deploy it to staging slash production environments. So and that was, there was a lot of uh, scripts, and which was being done by, the DevOps team, or the operations team. It was bare metal servers which used to be brought down, and traffic was moved from one set of servers to another set of servers, and then that servers were backed up, and then scripts were run to deploy the new code, and then slowly the traffic was moved, and then it was tested whether the product, the new code is working fine or not. If it's fine, then you pass ahead and you start doing the same thing for the next set of servers. And that was kind of quite a tedious task, and there was a lot of scripting involved, and that was what operations team was doing day in and day out. Once tools, platforms like AWS came in picture, which had API support, and then things like Circle CI, Netlify, all of those kind of tools started coming along, which started giving the building blocks to the developer itself, where they could push the code to Git, and put those pipelines in place, which would deploy the code immediately to your machine. And suddenly it wasn't a responsibility of operational team to deploy, it was the responsibility of the dev, and that whole picture became DevOps. Now, when is it a good time? I think there are small elements, small tech debt which we keep incurring as we keep building features fast, because the business wants features fast, because the users want those features, and user wants value. They don't care how you're deploying the code, whether you're using the state of the art CI/CD platform or not. What they care is about whether they are getting their next set of features, how quickly they are getting that. So there's always a fight and a tussle between what business wants and what the technology team is asking for resources and time. And the best way to is have that kind of a balance between keep adding a little bit of your infrastructure slash tech work in that pipeline, and rest of it is obviously building the value addition for the users, which is what the business is going to be, and that's how the revenue of the company is going to come. So, and as and when you start realizing that you're spending more time in doing that infrastructure works, that's when you start investing a little more and say, okay, let's automate this part. Okay, let's automate. And that comes with that discipline of you're tracking, you're managing your tickets, or you're managing your tasks, and you're seeing how often those things are happening. And if you see that is quite a lot, you start seeing a pattern, then you in the next sprint, you plan and you say, okay, this task is becoming very repetitive, let's push it into our tech dev and automate this part. And that's the right kind of a good balance to keep between DevOps and feature building.